Alright, welcome back to my YouTube videos. Thank you so much for watching. As I said in the description, this is a TvT two racks in base build that you can do. It is definitely a cheese, but it is super fun, and I think it has a lot of strength, even on ladder. So with this build, you're going to open up 16 racks, 16 gas. And everything from here gets a little wonky or just different from what you might be used to with how build orders work. Basically, you do not cut SCVs, and around 17 supply, like just over halfway over 17 supply, you're going to get another racks, and without cutting SCVs, on 18 supply, you will get your refinery. So let me repeat that order: 16 racks, 16 gas, a late 17 racks, and without cutting SCVs, you're going to get that 18 refinery. So right here, if you're worried about your opponent scouting you, instead of going Reaper Orbital, you could go Reaper Depot Orbital, because you do want to deny information. Like you don't want them to know you're doing this. So the SCV that builds this depot, I found he can also go build a factory, and it times out quite well. So with this build, you're going to build up to 8 Reapers and 2 Hellions. And that's just kind of like, you know, an average amount. If you want to build less, you build less. If you want to build more and you feel like you can win with more, cool. But I think 8 Reapers and 2 Hellions is usually the right balance. So you do not need to pull out of gas either. You just leave all the SCVs in gas, and you get that factory as soon as you've done and completed the depot. Don't cut Reapers. I chose to scatter around with my Reapers. 26 supply, thereabout. You'll want to get a depot. When you have 3 Reaper, you have a slight window where you might be able to get damage. So if you're really confident in your micro, go ahead and move across the map, see what you can do, but do not lose a single Reaper. Like, whatever happens, you do not want to lose any Reapers, because you lose power for your next attack. Cool, so now you're going to start up a Hellion. I choose to cut SCVs at 24 SCVs total. I just found it lets me get my units and the rest of the buildings I need without having to get supply blocked and cut units. So shortly after getting the CC, I usually am able to afford the starport. So in just a second, I'll pull up an SCV to go build that starport. Right now. There we go, we're gonna get that starport, and then shortly after you can start your SCVs again and get another depot. So it's a SCV cut, but it's not a huge one. Okay, so right now, I have a total of 7 Reapers and 2 Hellions. One is still in production to make the total of 8. So I would just say as soon as you have like those 9 units, go ahead and move across the map. And the other one can catch up. As you can see, I'm taking my gas at my 3rd. You want the gas to finish at your 3rd by the time the CC completes. And I'm slightly late with it. So like just basically when that CC's halfway finished, set an SCV down to build that 3rd gas. Oh, I should explain add-ons real quick. Okay, so you're going to want to get a reactor, a tech lab, another tech lab on the factory, and another tech lab. The reason for this is you're just going to make Marines, obviously, out of these racks. You're eventually going to want to start STEM, and this lets you get like your tech units, so, you know, I think you could start with a Cyclone, especially since you have a pretty strong ground army at this time anyways. Like, even if they tank push you, you're going to just be able to like kite and bounce them with grenades for days. So I choose to go Cyclone over tank, but in the replay I watched Beyond went tank, so up to you. And what you feel like is happening in game. So yeah, super powerful army. You do need to get damage with it. I'm not going to pretend that, you know, If you don't, you're fine. You're going to be massively behind in economy if you don't. So I'm choosing to go Raven, and then I'll shortly after go tank, and then get my stim. I'd rather get units over the upgrade, personally. Don't forget your supply depots, which I'm about to start. And what do you do as a follow-up? You have two options. Either is fine. I mean, you could choose to play like Marine Tank Viking, and that's totally fine with Ravens, you know, so maybe go 2 Raven and then get a 3rd command center before the 3rd racks, or you can maybe stop at 1 Raven, get a fast 3rd barracks, and choose to maybe hit like as fast as possible a 2 medevac tank drop with Marines and the Raven, and that could be a nice follow-up. Or you can choose to be more macro-oriented. It's really up to you. This build isn't like set in stone with exact timings, so practice it and find what you like with it. And I hope you see a lot of success with this. If you have any comments or questions, let me know in the description. And if there's particular things you want to see, let me know too. Thanks. Bye.